Proverbs chapters 12 and 26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth him. I want to give our praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Harakah, Kodash, giving double honors to all the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. And the house of David is rising. I'll rail back at you with another lesson through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua. A picture paints 1,000 words. Get Out. This is the movie Get Out. The movie plot. Read to know about the plot of this mind-bending horror flick. The movie Get Out. And if you know the story of this movie, the backstory, the storyline is about sorcery. Hence the title of it, Get Out. Sorcery. So played by Daniel Kaluuya, if I'm pronouncing that one right. That's the movie cast. So it's pure sorcery in this movie, man. The title, Do You Belong in the Neighborhood? Get Out. Yeah, man. The scriptures come to mind, man, when I think about this movie. And scriptures just came to mind. I said, let me do a video on it. I did see the movie a year ago. I might watch it again as a reminder. Get Out. And I'm just going to hit some precepts and go in the spirit, fly in the spirit. But Abba Ratazar, there's a lot of interesting little conundrums. And Daniel, the actor, Daniel Kaluuya, however you pronounce it, woke up in the end and he came to his senses. Let's bring a precept. The first one I'm going to bring out, because you know the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor. Yeah, the righteous is Yashua Allah, the so-called black people today. Even the two-thirds, even though they're bugged out of their mind. I read it again. Proverbs chapters 12 and 26 says, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth him. Just take a look at these pictures here, these visuals, because a picture paints 1,000 words. Is he not under a spell? The Edomite woman has put him under a spell. In this movie, you saw it, man. If you saw the movie, and all she was doing was luring him into a trap, seducing him using her feminine charm, or his lack of discernment against him, luring him into a position, into that house, where if you saw the movie, there was a whole load of people brainwashed out of their minds. They lost their minds in the movie. People lost their minds. See here, look, the potential for him to lose his mind was there. But he came to his senses. He woke up in the end. You see, he did wake up in the end. But this guy here, he was gone. He was gone, man. He lost the plot. So that is what happened, man. In the end, he was seduced, but he woke up. He came to his senses. See, he had his hand around the bitch's throat, and in the car accident, she was trying to seduce him, just to get his brains. He lost his mind, man. So there you have it, Akim. Let's hit some precepts. You know, I like to add the visuals to it, because a picture does paint 1,000 words. Picture paints 1,000 words. Get Out. Abba Ratazar. This video will be edifying. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, and that's an interesting word. Through the spirit, if I get into these words at another video, there's a lot of good meat in this just particular precept here. Righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth him. That word, like seduceth, excellent, we know, we've got an idea what they mean, but you know, it's always good to see what the blue has to say. gain more understanding from these things. Jeremiah 43, because he's under a spell right there, man. As a matter of fact, let's get Romans. If the Spirit's on me again, once again, I could come and go into the blue letter and do a little bit more on it, just for the sake of getting into the word. Romans chapter 13 and 11 says, and that knowing the time that now is it high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. Awake out of sleep. And this actor here, man, he's under a spell. He's sleeping. He's in deep sleep. Yesterday was Easter Sunday, and you're hearing about people saying they want to these tournaments going out. People want to be searching for their eggs. This is what usually happens around this time of the year. Mothers hide eggs from their children, so just for the sake of for them to find them. And you know, the eggs, according to this unholy day, represents fertility. Queen of heaven worship, and we've got a precept on that one. Jeremiah 44 and 13 says, but ye will certainly do whatever thing goeth forth out of our own mouth, and burn incense unto the Queen of heaven. Hence are the unholy days in this kingdom. People are under that spell, that sorcery, and beguiled, usually by their women or by their workmates or their so-called close friends, or just by being ignorant and under that spell, drinking the juice. The vibration out there is a Queen of heaven vibration, man, and everyone's under that spell. Everyone's a part of that, the matrix, and you can't come out of that matrix unless you're ordained by Yehovah Shemil Shai, like potentially all the elect going to be disconnected from that matrix, and that is what we was once a part of it. But the Most High woke us up, man, in accordance to prophecy. So what did they do? Go forth out of their own mouth to burn incense upon the Queen of heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto her, as we have done. We and our fathers, our kings and our princes, in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem. And in the streets now, you got these tournaments taking place. Brothers and elders were going in these tournaments where they're hiding these eggs and making it into a big festival of searching for the Easter eggs, man. The eggs, represent fertility. People are poor, people are homeless, the water is dirty, the water is unclean. People are out there foraging for survival, but now they're finding time to worship this Queen of heaven, this unholy day. So doesn't matter what, people want to be a part of the matrix, man. Yeah, in Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem, for then had we plenty of victuals, and we well and saw no evil. When it was ordered to come out of Egypt, many people were complaining, man, back into the times of Moses and Pharaoh, the well-known story. People were complaining they want to go back to Egypt to burn their sacrifices to the Queen of heaven, their gods. They had many gods in Egypt, and talking about the leeks, the onions, and all the vegetables that they had, complaining to Moses, why did you carry us out here in the wilderness to die, even though the Most High provided for them out there in the wilderness, the manna. And they was complaining about the manna. They're saying, we want meat to eat, we want other things, and the Most High provided them everything they needed. Manna, which was otherwise known as angel food, was provided for them, and that was all they really would have needed. But as always, you had murmurers, just like today. People don't want to disconnect them from this sorcery. They don't want to disconnect themselves. But you know what? It's all of the Spirit anyway. So they're asleep, and that's why I read the precepts, man, in Romans 13 and 11. And that knowing the time that now is the high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we began, man. It's nearer than when we began. So I like to look at that, bring out those images. Those images, they do paint 1,000 words. And how they do that sorcery on Jake? Because Jake is under that spell. He's drinking that juice. You see here? He's drinking that juice, man. And he's enjoying it. He doesn't want to come out. You find the image there, look. Look at that. That's what happens when you get drunk. When you drink the juice of Babylon. I got another preset that's come to mind. That's what happens, man. You lose your mind. Let's bring this one out. Revelation chapters 18 and 4 says, "And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out, get out, come out, get out. Get out, man. See? Come out of her, my people, that ye be no partakers of her sins, and that you receive none of her plagues, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities." And she's going to be rewarded, as it goes on to say, reward her, even as she rewarded you, and double unto her. I want to emphasize on the word get out. Get out. Come out of her, my people, that you be no partakers of her sins. Talking about Babylon, which is the reunited, reinvented, rekindled ancient Babylon. When there was a whole heap of witchcraft that took place there. According to, you can go into Daniel's chapters 2, it talks about ancient Babylons and all them other kingdoms, what was risen and brought down, the Medo-Persians, the Grecians, and today you have the Romans again rekindled. So you had the ancient Babylonians, the golden head, the Grecians, the silver, the Medo-Persians, the brass, the Grecians, the silver, the Romans today, the modern day Romans today, the molten clay, the feet, visualizing the great image, and the feet, we're at the feet now, the molten clay and the brass and the iron, the molten clay and the iron, which are not united, symbolizing the NATO and the EU today, the EU nations. Again, Romans rekindled, reunited. So we don't want to be a part of that. That's why that angel came, man, in the vision given to John the Revelator. He says, "And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be no partakers of her sins." Sins have massed up into the heaven. Babylon, yeah, that unclean frog, yeah, the Catholic Church, where a whole heap of crime and pedophilia take place, and you have to take part in that, yeah, doing things to little children, unseemly things to little children, but the sins have massed up into the heaven, and he's made an account of it, and that's why they're going to be brought to justice. And it says here, reward her in 6, Revelation 18. Reward even as she has rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double. And that's just a typical, this is typical today. You see a lot of this. Jake with his Edomite woman under a spell. And in this case, he's totally infatuated with this woman. He's gone. There's no returning for him. Which in the movie he got out, but in reality, a lot of people are totally gone. They ain't gonna wake up, and that's their lot anyway. That's been prophesied for them, according to Daniel chapters 12. Man, a lot of them are gonna be in the kingdom, but for now on this side, they're gonna have to go through their lot, which is to be under that spell. They ain't gonna detach themselves from the matrix. That is their lot. That is how the movie is written. That is what is written for them. They have to be under that. You see? And they ain't gonna wake up. That's just the reality of the matter. See? He's gone. He's gone. And I'm gonna leave that there for you to see. And Abaratazar, there is a whole heap of precepts I could bring out, but for time's sake, I'm gonna just hit a couple more and end off the video. Point is already made, man. You know, the point is to get out. Let's hit this precept. Because you got many people here in this Queen of Heaven, under the Queen of Heaven spirit. They're not gonna wake up. And this here, the video I'm doing at this moment, is only for the elect. Only for the elect, and they're gonna take heed. Let's hit this one in Marcus chapters 2 and verse 10 says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest." Arise ye, wake up, get out. This is not your rest. This is not your rest, man. You see? What are you doing? Wake your ass up, you see? And the brothers them over there, they was going in, man. You see, we're lions. Lions asleep. Right now, they're doing all kinds of experiments on us. And a lot of us, we were once in that state, that sleep state. Destroyed out of our mind. Deep sleep was upon us. And the Most High poured the Spirit out upon us. In pursuant to Revelation 11:11, Ezekiel 37, the dry bones. We got up and we woke up out of that lab, and we had all those patches on us, and they was experimenting on us, patches on our temples, on our arms, on our legs. They was doing all these experiments on us. And when we woke up, we got out, we took off those patches, and we ran out of the flipping, we ran out of the experiment, the lab, where they was doing all the experiments on us. The lion woke up, man, and got up out of there. You know, Genesis chapters 49. Judah is a lion, a sleeping lion, man, until he wakes up. And we were those sleeping lions at one point. We got up, we took off the experimenting, all the needles, the acupuncture needles, and the patches, and we ran out of there. And we woke up, we got out. We made it. Well, we made it out of there to this point. Just endure to the end. Don't go back to sleep. Micah chapters 2 and 10 again. "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sword destroy." A lot of our so-called black people are going to be destroyed. They're not going to wake up. That they're under that spell, the Oz spell. You know, the Wizard of Oz movie, when that decrepit old man behind the scenes, behind the curtains, put up a big image like he was some god, invincible god. And when you saw the image, you saw it. You see what happened with the lion. The lion also represents us in the movie The Wizard of Oz. he was seeking courage. And when he saw the image and he heard all the noises, "Who are you little mortals?" He was the first to turn around and run out. He was the first to turn around and run out of the building. He turned around. That was one of my favorite bits. The lion, "If I only had a heart," he said. He turned around and he ran down the flipping corridor and dived, running for his life, because he was the most cowardice out of all of them. The Iron Man and the Straw Man. And, you know, and he was the most cowardly out of all of them, including the little girl. He was more cowardly than the little girl himself. And this is him there, right there. That's him, the lion there, the cowardly lion. He's asleep. He's infatuated with the Edomite woman. And enough man I got fall. True woman, because of the Queen of Heaven spirit that is on them. And the vibration is out there. We can't be in denial about it. We know the vibration is out there. When you see men, big muscle bound men, walking ahead of their woman, ahead of the woman or behind the woman pushing the pram, you know that's the Queen of Heaven spirit that has got them. They drunk the juice, man. And if you was to say to them, what you doing? They'd argue with you, man. I got to do it, man. You know, I got to ask my wife. It's all up to my wife. You know, ask them how they feel. They say it's up to my wife. They don't even know how to even. They don't even. They lost the ability to think for themselves. Their wives think for them. Ask my wife. All right then. You know, I remember back in the day when I was talking to one of my old brethren, telling him about this truth. His wife called him in the yard. He said, "Oh, I got to go now. My wife's calling me." You know, that's what I said. Boy, man, these people are gone. And we're talking about around 1913. So it's even worse now. It's like 10 years ago. So people have lost their minds. They literally lost their minds. The women have their balls. The women have their bulls. Controlling them. That's the Queen of Heaven spirit that we're under. Yeah, you see. But how are they so effective in doing this? You know, they're so effective in doing this because Job chapters 9 and 24 says, the earth is given unto the hand of the wicked, and he covereth the faces of the judges, man. Yeah, he covereth the faces of the judges, the righteous, the true men of the Lord. They covereth the faces, and we know that happened the Renaissance period where they painted over all the judges, the prophets, our kings, our priests, princes, right? They covered them over. We got that book, the Europeans were Jakes. Yeah, it goes into a lot of history of how they stole the monarchy, the crown, the throne of Jake, gradually worked their way in and overtook us. But you know, that was all prophecy. But not for long, not for long. And they have a reward for that. As I was just read in Revelations chapters 18. They're going to be rewarded for that, and their sins have massed up into the heaven. And we're going to hit this one and we're going to end off the video. Habakkuk chapters 2 and 8 says, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Woe unto him that covereth all an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Yeah, again, that goes back to Job chapters 9:24, covering up the face of the judges. They cover up their wickedness. They think they do anyway. Yeah, but it's the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. That's Sirach chapters 19 and 23, or 23 and 19. Either. But yeah, the Lord seeth, he seeth, his eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and have sinned against thy soul. For the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall answer it. Right now, you people are crying, man. That another precept that comes to mind is Psalms 85, yeah. I think it's around 12. The truth is coming out of the ground. Truth is crying out, coming out of the ground. Matter of fact, I'm tempted to go and read that one, and I'll come back to this. Spirit has me get into this video because in the movie there's so much symbolism, and I thought, yeah, that'd be appropriate for me to mention this movie and the symbolism. If you're thinking about the Queen of Heaven, there's a lot of that in there. Queen of Heaven worship, and also the sorcery that Jake is under right now. Hence ease. And yeah, the white women, they're gonna pay as well, because they had a lot of Jakes killed. You know, slavery, they had a lot of Jakes killed, and post-slavery, the Jim Crow, accusing a lot of, so-called black men of rape, and getting a lot of them lynched, man. And that's all documented. And you eat them out when you gonna pay. Don't think you're gonna go rolling off into the sunset. As innocent as you may like to behave and act, as innocent as you would like to play, you are. You ain't innocent. You're just as evil as your white man, your white husband. You both are confederate against us, even up to this day. And we're not naive, and we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. Psalms 85:11 says, "Truth shall spring out of the earth, and righteousness shall look down from heaven. Yea, the Lord shall give thee which is good, and our land shall yield her increase. Righteousness shall go before him, and shall set us in the way of his steps." So truth is springing out, man. People are waking up. A lot of them ain't, but the righteous are. The elect of the children of Israel are waking up out of their sleep, out of their slumber. We're at that time now. The dry bones, Ezekiel 37, Revelation 11. People are waking up because the truth is springing out of the earth. Don't matter what way you cut it or slice it, you can't run from truth. Yeah, the truth hits the earth first. That old analogy. The truth is like the rabbit. No, the lies is like the rabbit. Lies is like the rabbit. It goes around and it spreads its lies, but the truth comes around like a tortoise. It's very much more slower, but eventually it does come around and clean up the lies that have been told. So lies go out quickly, but the tortoise goes around slowly but surely and cleans up the lies. That's what's happening now. The truth is springing out of the earth and clearing up all the lies that have been sold in the earth. So I want to get back to Habakkuk chapters 2 and 10 says, "Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many nations, people, and hast sinned against thy soul. For the stone shall cry out of the wall," truth springing out of the earth, or the truth coming out of the wall, the stone crying out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall answer it. Woe unto him that buildeth a town with blood, and establish a city by iniquity. So that's woe upon this wicked Babylonian. Mother of Babylon over here in England, Europe. Yeah, the bottomless pit, Europe. And over there in America, the throne of Babylon, the seat of Babylon. Woe unto you, meaning destruction. Just like what happened to all the other nations, man. Yeah, the ancient Egyptians, the ancient Babylonians, the Grecians, the Medos and the Persians. Again, the modern day rekindled Romans. Woe unto you, you will be destroyed. Woe means destruction. Jump down to 15. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him and maketh him drunk. We've got that visual there. See, that's what you do. That's what you've done. That's why Jake is still walking around up to this day. You know, all the rappers today still under the spell, thinking that they're doing well, making their money, but you sold your soul to get that money. So woe unto you. See, Jake is fast asleep. But woe unto you, because what did you do? Yeah, giveth him his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him and maketh him drunk. Yeah, and when he wakes up, look what he sees in front of him there. He thinks he's made it. He thinks he's made it. He's laughing, but he doesn't know he's under the spell. The spell is under. He's been drinking that juice. Yeah, and maketh him drunken, also that they might look on their nakedness. That's the sorcery, man. The spell that they put under the Jakes today, modern day Jakes. And what happened also? You can talk about what happened in Sodom and Gomorrah. How many made it? Just Lot and his two daughters, man. His wife was turned to stone. She looked back. See, that was destruction upon Sodom and Gomorrah. And today again, you got Sodom and Gomorrah rekindled. Babylon, Sodom and Gomorrah, the Babylonians, the Romans, rekindled, reloaded. Woe unto them! Destruction is coming upon them. Thou art filled with shame for thy glory. For glory, drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. Yeah, your shame being uncovered. Again, and the cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. So, I just wanted to bring that out. Yeah, woe unto the wicked. Get out from her. Yeah, Get out. If you don't want to drink of her sins, get out. Hence the movie, the title of it, Get Out. Revelations chapters 18 and 4 to end off the video. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out, get out of her, my people, that ye may be no partakers of her sins, that ye receive none of her plagues, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and God have remembered her iniquities. And what's going to happen? You're going to be reward her even as she has rewarded you, double unto her, double according to her works in the cup which she hath filled to her double. She gonna be rewarded double. See? Wake up, Jake, and get out, as we just looked at. The sorcery is wearing off. The sorcery, that spell, is wearing off. So I'm going to end with that. The title of this video is going to be Sorcery. Get out. Get out. Get out. Shalom to the world sincere Akim, the water to you, Bashim Shaf, putting the spirit on me to do this video. And the house of David is rising, and everything the wicked have done to us, past, present, and future, is falling upon their heads. Till the next one.